Please be seated. Class of 2025, welcome to your baccalaureate. Traditionally, this ceremony is a religious one. Today's baccalaureate service celebrates you. It celebrates you and all the beautiful places and peoples from which you have come, from all around this wide world. Today we will have readings from diverse sacred texts offered by members of your class, blessings from spiritual leaders of this community, music performed by students and composed by your classmates, and remarks from Harvard's president. This is a sacred ceremony, but not primarily because we are having readings from Scripture. It's a sacred ceremony because of you. Your gathered presence here is what consecrates this ground, this hour. Because if you are here today, it's because you are descended from generations, from people from around this globe who have come and who have survived deprivations and immigrations and persecutions and liberations just so you could sit here on this yard today. You are the answer to your ancestors' hopes and prayers. You are their dreams come true. It's not just the past that lives in you, though. The future does too, because you have your own hopes and dreams and wishes and visions as well. All that you might be and all that you will become from this point forward has its beginning right now in this gathering, in you. You, all of you, your pasts and your futures, you consecrate this ground and make it holy. This ceremony, this like commencement week in general, is a hinge. It's a turning point in this turning world. This place, this hour, this ground, this is the meeting place of all from which you have come and all of that toward which you are going. This is a rare and a special and a precious thing, this meeting of so many pasts and so many futures, all in this one place, all at this one time. We gather, therefore, on sacred ground at this sacred hour. And for that, and for you, for the pasts you have fulfilled, and for the futures you will open, we offer our thanks and our celebrations this festival day. I now invite Tink Tinker, elder of the Osage Nation and spiritual elder in residence for the Harvard University Native American program, to come to our podium and open these ceremonies.
Wakondo Monchita, Wichiko, Wakondo Utseta, Monjon Iko. Tatsi Topa Wakondagi. Blinde Wiach no Wichiko. Tutongyo. Help us. Come from the four directions. Congratulations to this graduating class of Harvard 2025. But as you know, you're graduating into a tumultuous world of crisis. There are also American Indian graduates in this graduating class who've been struggling against this moment of crisis now for 532 years, since 1492. So let me tell you, the crisis into which you're commencing is worth your struggle, We've struggled, and we're still here to talk about it. But now those Indian students who've come to Harvard and have learned everything Harvard had to teach them, now they've got to go home and remember what they were learning before they came to Harvard, the people's knowledge. Because they didn't learn that at Harvard. And the people's knowledge is what can bring harmony and balance back into this world. So I challenge all of you, when you get a chance to be with Indian people, learn what they know. Add it to what Harvard has already taught you. Add it to the university knowledge of critical theory. You may find some new answers from what we know. That's my challenge to all of you. I've called in the Waunakee from the four directions, called in their energies from above and below, to ask them to be with you for this moment. And I close by saying, Wita watonde kide thane, a plea for all my relatives on Grandmother Earth. Kakuna, wita watonde kide thane.
Today, we want to take a moment to honor those in our community who've experienced loss while studying at Harvard. In particular, we remember the students who would have graduated this Thursday, as well as the loved ones who are no longer with us, but would have cherished being here to celebrate this milestone. In their memory and in support of all who carry grief today, let us pause for a moment of silence. Thank you.
न च शक्नोमि अवष्टातुं ब्रह्मतीव च मे मनः निमित्तानि च पश्यामि विपरीतानि केशव अथा चेत्तत् इमं धर्म्यं सङ्ग्रामां न कष्यसि तथा स्वधर्मं कीर्तिं च हित्वा पापम् अवाप्स्यसि नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पम् अपस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात् श्रेयन् स्वधर्मो विगुणः परधर्मस्व अनुष्ठितात् स्वधर्मे निधनं श्रेयः परधर्मो भयावहः कर्माणि एवेधिकरस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूर्मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि सत्त्वानरूपसर्वस्य श्रद्धा भवति भारत श्रद्धामयोऽयं पुरुषो यो यच्छ्रद्धसे एव सा
Arjuna begins, I am now unable to stand here any longer. I am forgetting myself, and my mind is reeling. I see only causes of misfortune. O Krishna, killer of the Keshi demon. Krishna responds, if, however, you refuse to fight this righteous war, abandoning your social duty and reputation, you will certainly incur sin. He then states, working in the state of consciousness, there is no loss or adverse result, and even a little effort saves one from great danger.
Krishna then goes on to say that it is far better to perform one's own prescribed duty, though tinged with faults, than to perform another's prescribed duty, though perfectly. In fact, it is preferable to die in the discharge of one's own duty than to follow the path of another, which is fraught with danger. Even then, though, Krishna reminds us, you have a right only to perform your prescribed duties. You are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. Never consider yourself to be the cause of the results of your activities, nor be attached to inaction. Krishna also reminds us that the faith of all humans conforms to the nature of their mind. All people possess faith, and whatever the nature of that faith, that is verily what they are.
Shnautrahurahemasdau Hashem vohu vahishtem asti Ushta asti Ushta ahmai Hyat ashai vahishtai Hashem Yathahu vairyo atharatosh ashachit hacha Vangheush dasdamanangho Shautananam angheush mazdai Shatrem cha ahurai Ayim Dregubyo dadat vastarem. Glory to the Lord of wisdom, Mazda. Asha or truth, righteousness is the best path. It is happiness. And it comes to those who are righteous, good, for the sake of goodness itself. When I pray with my kids at night, I say these two prayers, and for them we remember two things, which I'd like to share with you. Be good every day. Help people every day.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. صدق الله العظيم.
The opening. In the name of God, the Lord of mercy, the giver of mercy. Praise belongs to God, Lord of all the worlds, the Lord of mercy, the giver of mercy, Master of the day of judgment. It is you we worship, it is you we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those you have blessed, those who incur no anger, and those who have not gone astray. Amen.
This is the day of what now? What do we do now? But I want to remind you today that when you came here, you were thinking, what if? What if I could actually get in? What if I could actually make it? What if I could graduate from this place? Spoiler alert, you did it. You did it. On this day, I would like to bless you with an ongoing sense of that what if. What if things don't have to be this way? And what if our nation doesn't have to be this way? And what if our world doesn't have to be this way? And what if we don't have to kill each other to feel safe? And what if we don't have to hoard resources to have enough? And what if children don't actually have to starve? And what if veritas, what if truth is something we can actually still stand upon? And what if you And what if you, dear ones, dear Harvard graduates, what if you can make a difference for me and for us and for all of us? And so today I want to bless you, please, with the ongoing wondrous what ifs. What if you can do something with what you have gathered here? And so I leave you with this prayer and my sincere blessing from my own religious tradition. O God, you have called your servants to ventures of which we cannot see the ending, by paths yet untrodden, through perils unknown. Give us faith to go out with good courage, not knowing where we go, but only that your hand is leading us and your love supporting us. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
pola'a. Hanau ka ino, hanau ke au. Hanau ka pahu kapuhaha. Hanau ka haluku, ka haloke, kanakulu, ka hanau nawe ue. Ho'i loli ke kai, pi'i ka mauna. Ho'omu ka vai, pi'i kua a hale. Pi'i koni hi'a, pi'i na po o kanikawa. Lele na ihe, a kawi kaho. A pu'e ia kanaloa kanikohoi. Hanau o poilua i ke alo o Wākea. Hanau ka po'ino, hanau ka pomaikai, hanau ka moa i ke kua o Wākea. Make kupolo li'ili a li'i mua olo ipo. Make ke au kaha o piko ka honua oia pukaua. Hua na lau nalo i ka po lio. Born was the first night. Born was rough weather. Born was the current. Born the booming of the sea, the breaking of foam. Born was the roaring, advancing, and receding of waves, the rumbling sound, the earthquake. The sea rises over the beach. The sea rose silently to a new home, forming rivers and valleys, and rose gradually up over the land. And shouts ascended when the spear of Kawikaho was flung. He contended with Kanaloa, Kanikohoi. Born was the night of the lineage of Wākea. Born was the stormy night. Born was the night of peace. Born was the fowl on the back of Wākea. Ended is the line of the first great chief of the dim past dwelling in the cold uplands. Dead is the ocean's current sweeping in from the navel of the earth, who was a leader of creation. Many who came vanished, lost in the passing night.
In the Jewish tradition, our blessings come in equal measures from our parents and from our sages of blessed memory. From my father, who 24 years ago and 8 months said to me when I lived in Weld 22 on that corner. About my first month here, I told him, it's unbelievable you meet my roommate, Chris, who could play saxophone like I'd never imagined a person could play the saxophone. And then you meet the kids in Math 55 who can do math like you've never imagined a human being can do math. And so when you sit down next to someone you've never met in Annenberg, the question isn't whether they're incredible, it's how. And my father said to me, no doubt thinking of his father, Nathan, may he rest in peace, who sold shoes in a department store in Shreveport, Louisiana, and was a prince of a man and amazing in every way. The thing you need to remember when you leave Harvard is that's not just true of the 1,600 people in your class, but every person you sit next to in every restaurant and on every bus and every airplane for the rest of your life. And from our sages of blessed memory, who 1,800 years ago in the town of Yavna on the Mediterranean coast of the land of Israel, offered the following blessing and challenge. I am a creature. I was created, and so too is every person whose path I cross. My work may be in the city and theirs in the field, but I get up in the morning and work hard, just as they get up in the morning and work hard. And just as they ought not to try to take control of my work or denigrate mine, so too I have an obligation not to denigrate them or to try to take control of them. And if, God forbid, I start to think I'm greater than them because I've done more, or they're greater than me because they've done more, remember that all that matters is that we direct our hearts towards heaven. And so in the years and decades to come, towards each person amongst your class, the class of 2025, and each person out there in the world, I hope you will keep your hearts open towards heaven, towards the integrity of the work you will do and they will do, and to them as well.
जगत जलंदा रख ले अपनी किरपा तार जित दुआरे उबरे तिते ले हो उबार सतगुर सुख विखालिया सच्चा शब्द विचार नानक अवर न सूझई हर बिन बख्शनहार.
O Vaheguru, the world burns, torn apart by war, fueled by greed, and poisoned by hatred. Innocents cry out under the weight of injustice, while bigotry clouds hearts at home. Your creation suffers, caught in the fire of ego, attachments, anger, and desire. Only you and your infinite mercy can pull us from this blaze. Let your mercy reign upon us, lead us to the gate where liberation dwells. Help us still our minds in the Shabad, your eternal word, so we may live in peace, free of the illusions that trap us. May your Naam illuminate our thoughts and actions, cleansing us of inner darkness. Grant us the strength to walk as Gurmukh, anchored in truth, radiating compassion. In this hour of turmoil, be our shield and our light. Without you, there is no Bakshanhar. Without you, a new era can dawn. Nanak speaks true. None but you can save us.
Good afternoon, and congratulations, graduates. My name is Livingston Zug, a junior at the college, poet laureate of the Harvard Glee Club, and an incoming Ferris Choral Fellow of the Harvard University Choir. Commencement Choir is now proud and very grateful to present the world premiere of a special commission by Isaac Newman, class of 2025. Isaac is a longtime member of the Harvard Chorus's New Music Initiative, the Harvard Glee Club, and the Harvard University Choir, and a proud music concentrator. His piece, entitled "We Found Love," is a thoughtful reflection on his time at Harvard. College teaches us to love deeply and to be loved with grace and humility. The song's text, written by Isaac, reminds us not to hurry through these bright college years, but to gratefully appreciate the opportunity to celebrate the continuing illumination of our lives. The words are as follows. Searching for answers, we find more questions. In pursuit of veritas, we look inside ourselves. All that has brought us joy cannot be lost. All that we have loved shows us who we are. Take a minute. This is not a race. Take the time to reflect, to discover our true selves. Look around. We are not alone. Love is all around us, within us, flows from us, flows through us, sustains us. Love is woven between us. All that has brought us joy, all that we have loved, all we have learned becomes part of us. All that has brought us joy cannot be lost. All that we have loved shows us who we truly are. Searching for answers, we found love. In pursuit of veritas, we found ourselves. We found love.
Questions in pursuit Hakpa namni jigmi shuk, jingpa namni dowargyur, dume namna tudenshin, semni benzu negurchik, dompo dagni tamchela, chognam tamche dewarshuk, kangi dundu dojepa, debe migur dugurchik, tudang duchen shukpanam, yila sampa dugurte, chuyi ngoksu derchine, Nyendan lenchir gawarshuk. Daki sonam diini. Simshen tamshen malupa. Dikpa tamshen panyeni. Taktu gewar jeparshuk. Changchup semdang mindrashing. Changchup chela showadang. Sange namgi yongzunshing. Duki lenam pongwarshuk. Luchen kungi chadangni. Shindang ose tamshedang. Namga lekyang chuki dra, gyumen chepar topar shuk. Jisi namka nepar dang, toa jisi negyurpa, desi dagni negarne, toe dugnar sewar shuk.
May the frightened be fearless. May those bound be released. May the weak be strong, and may their minds be mutually friendly. May all travelers be happy in every direction whatsoever. May their aims for which they travel be effortlessly accomplished. May those who sail in boats and ships fulfill their wishes. May having happily returned to the shore, may they be joyfully united with their relatives. Due to this merit of mine, may all sentient beings, without exception, abandon all negativities and always create virtue. May they never be parted from the mind of enlightenment, exert themselves in the bodhisattva conduct, and be cared for by the Buddhas, and abandon the actions of the Maras. May all embodied beings continually hear the sound of the Dharma, coming from the birds and the trees, from every ray of light, as well as from the sky. For as long as space endures, and for as long as sentient beings remain, for that long may I abide and eliminate the suffering of migrating beings.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I want to begin my blessing to you by noting how blessed I am as we survey the rich tapestry comprised of the diverse members of the class of 2025. You represent different races and religions, gender identities, ethnicities, countries of origin, adaptive accommodations. I gotta say, class of 2025, diversity looks good on you. Is it working for you? And I take note of it because it's very different from what I saw when I graduated in 1972. I was among that earliest cohort of civil rights babies admitted to historically white universities in the wake of the assassination of Martin King and Bobby Kennedy. That was 1968. And we came to make real a dream. Now, I gotta say that I can see those neurons in your parietal lobes kind of getting fired up trying to figure out how old is this woman? Yes, in 1968, I was 18 years old. Yes, I was born in 1950. Yes, I am almost 75 years old. And I have something I want to say. Where are the senior citizens in the house? If you have an AARP card, can you just raise your hand? I gotta say, the relative diversity of your class compared to ours is a compelling indicator that we have been faithful to our callings. To God be the glory. And because the struggle continues, I want you to know that we are not here to pass our torches to you. Yes, we are old, but no, we are not dead. We are here to stroke the fire of your torch. Everybody needs to be carrying a torch in 2025. So as my blessing this afternoon, I want to offer you this wisdom, a text in the 10th chapter of the book of Hebrews in the Christian Bible. This is the text that has sustained me during my most challenging times throughout my 5+ decades as a physician, a pastor, and a social activist, whether providing pediatric care to some of Boston's most challenged families of color in the South End, or doing AIDS work in Southern Africa, or offering humanitarian support and human rights advocacy amid genocide in South Sudan, Darfur, and Chad. This text is a call to persevere. It was written to the Christians in the early church who were preparing to undergo yet another wave of persecution for their beliefs. And the writer reminds them that they and the generations before them had seen hard times before, and they endured. And so the text says that when you find yourself going through hard times, do not throw away your confidence. Do not abandon that boldness of yours. It will be richly rewarded. You need to persevere so that when you've done the will of God, you will receive what has been promised. And he reminds them that their people and their people's people had endured challenge, and they did not shrink back. So he says, we are not of those who shrink back. We're not people who give up in the face of hard times. But we have faith and we persevere. So class of 2025, I am here on behalf of the old people to let you know you do not come from people who shrink back. You're here today because we did not shrink back yesterday. So this is the faith in action that we'll need in the difficult days ahead to strive with civility. Tell your neighbor, be nice. To build bridges across deep divides. Tell somebody else, be nice. To argue our cases before town halls, board meetings, legislative committees, expert panels, in courtrooms, and yes, to take to the polls in November. If we choose this course of action, we shall overcome.
Hillel Omer, Al tifrosh min hatzibor, ve'al ta'amin be'atzmecha ad yom mutacha, ve'al tadin et chavercha ad shetagia limkomo, ve'al tomar davar she'i afshar lishmoa, shesofo lehishama, ve'al tomar likshe'epana eshna, shema lo tipana.
Hillel said, "Do not separate yourself from the community. Do not trust in yourself until the day of your death. Do not judge your fellow man until you have reached his place. Do not say something that cannot be understood, trusting that in the end it will be understood. Say not, when I shall have leisure, I shall study. Perhaps you will not have leisure."
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of the one God, the source of loving mercy, the giver of merciful love. O Divine One, all praise belongs to you and all thanks due to you. We are humbled and honored to be gathered here today under your blessed gaze, enveloped in your loving mercy, and well pleased with what you have destined for us. We seek your help alone in establishing a better world and in upholding the trust that you have placed in us. Bless this class of 2025 to pave the way to what is most pleasing to you. Grant their spirits encouragement and enlightenment to know you. Allow them to cultivate new meanings of love, fellowship, creativity, peace, and leadership. Bestow upon them decisions that are pleasing to you. Gift them motivations that bend their actions towards the arc of justice and righteousness. Guard their families and their legacies. Bless this institution to continue to be a standard bearer and leader for all who grace their lands, halls, and corridors. Fill us all with might and courage to lead where none before us could. Make us producers of love, consumers of character, architects of justice, and pursuers of righteousness. Fill us with joy and compassion, hope and light, inner beauty and guidance, conviction and sincerity. Bless us all now and tomorrow forever. Amen.
Avan Purusharata Kandare Malamel Kairi. Avan Irunashesham Shishyanmar Arakalvano. Avan Tiruvaya Moyunu Avarode Upada Sheshitanal. Atamavel Dari Dararerar Bhagyavanmar. Svaragad Jayam Avarkulate. Duki Kunavar Bhagyavanmar. Avarko Ashvarsam Labikyum. Samate Olavar Bhagyavanmar, Avar Bhumi Avakashamakum. Nitikyu Vishano Dagi Kunavar Bhagyavanmar, Avako Drupituravam. Karuna Ulavar Bhagyavanmar, Avarko Karuna Labikyum. Prude Shudi Ulavar Bhagyavanmar, Avar Devete Kanum. Samadhanam Undakunavar Bhagyavanmar, Avar devetinde putranmar endovelikaperum. Neti nimitam upadrificu kapetuvanavar, bhagyavanmar, svargarajayam avarkulete. Ende nimitam ningale palyukayum, upadrificayum ningale kondu, elle tinmayum kalavai parakium cheyumbol ningal bhagyavanamar. Svargatel ningalude pratipalam, Valudata Katondu, Santoshi Chulatsipin, Ningalku Bombay Undai Yuruna, Pravacha Kanmarium, Avar Angate Upadri Vichuvalo.
When Jesus saw the crowds, he went up the mountain, and he sat down. His disciples came to him, and he began to speak and taught them, saying, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven, for in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you."
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Maria Fernanda Cifuentes, and I'm the manager of the Radcliffe Choral Society. It is my pleasure to introduce our next piece, Alma Mater, Hail to Thee, composed by our very own Radcliffe Choral Society member and graduating senior, Eve Jones. In her own words, Ms. Jones hopes this piece inspires us to reflect on the ways in which Radcliffe College, despite nearly being disappeared, is directly responsible for our presence as gender minorities here at Harvard. Today, we honor this legacy, and we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Radcliffe Institute, the 50th anniversary of the Radcliffe Pitches, and the 125th anniversary of the Radcliffe Choral Society. Thank you.
Greetings, members of the Harvard College Class of 2025. Someone asked me recently how I felt when I arrived where you will be on Thursday morning. The conclusion of your undergraduate career is much like reaching any destination. To know how far you have traveled, don't consider time alone. Consider your triumphs and defeats, your pain and tears, your joy and your laughter. I hope much more of that. The relationships that you developed and the challenges you overcame. As you savor your memories, I hope that you will experience an exquisite awareness, perhaps for the first time, that all of these things, the moments large and small, the places and the people, the piece sets and the papers, the sights and sounds and other senses of being here on this campus, in your favorite spots with your favorite folks, will very soon stir in your young heart the bittersweet pangs of nostalgia. How did I feel on my own commencement day some 49 years, and it seems just a moment ago, when I was where you will be in 44 hours, give or take a few minutes? I felt profound gratitude. First, for my friends and classmates. Their aspirations and their dreams, their skills, and their intensity about nearly everything intimidated me, astonished me, and ultimately inspired me. They changed how I thought about myself. We went through so much together as students. Much of what seemed like crushing blows then seem like laughing matters now. And much that we thought mattered little turned out to matter a lot. The relationships we build, especially with our fellow students, matter over a lifetime. Throughout my own career, I have had a front row seat to the many successes of my friends and classmates, and they continue to inspire me. The people who knew you when are irreplaceable. For you, when is now. Recall, if you dare to, your own Harvard move-in, spread across 3 days, giving you ample time to overflow our housing, meet one another, and settle into new spaces that you soon made your own. You were excited and nervous, undoubtedly intimidated by, yet inevitably drawn to, your interesting and accomplished peers. They became your confidants, your co-commiserators, champions, and cheerleaders. Your family away from family, your home away from home. After your class photos taken there on the steps of Widener, try to remember your earliest interactions with one another. What were your first impressions? How did they change, or not? And what do you admire most about each other now? And then articulate your appreciation and use me as an excuse to be a bit more effusive than you might be otherwise, because this is the perfect time to be profuse in your thanks and praise. You will be remembered for it, even if, especially if, it tests the boundary of credibility. Second, I felt grateful for my teachers. When I entered Dunster House, When I entered Dunster House my second year, Jerome Culp, the resident tutor in economics, convinced me that I should switch concentrations from biochemistry to economics because I had enjoyed Ec 10 so much. Not to dissuade any of you would-be biochemists or molecular biologists out there. Jerome also suggested that I take more challenging courses and become a research assistant. That conversation changed my life. I still think about it all these years later. Who inspired you? Who gave you the attention and gentle nudging you needed exactly when you needed it? Who kindled your true ambition? Send that note that you have been meaning to send to a mentor who meant more to you than they might realize. Though we as teachers can seem to know everything, or at least seem to think we know everything, we're all thrilled when we receive confirmation that we're truly helping our students gain new insights about the subjects we teach and acquire more of the skills that will serve them throughout their lives. Your generous praise will be cherished for years to come. And finally, I felt grateful for the university. Harvard, like any institution, may never achieve all of our highest aspirations. But, however imperfect, it is a beautiful and enduring expression of humanity's confidence in the power of knowledge to change the lives of individuals, the prospects of communities, and the course of human progress. I hope that you, like me, have found that when you became a part of Harvard, you began to build a stronger foundation for all that you dream of achieving than you could have imagined. I hope these years have been a rare chance for you to study and learn in the good company of some of the most talented people you may ever encounter. The best way to acknowledge Harvard and what this time has meant to you is to advocate for education. Not only higher education, education from preschool to postdoc and beyond. Everything we might achieve, morally, scientifically, technologically, and even economically, is grounded in knowledge. Where else are you more likely to find a path to knowledge and all that it unlocks for humanity than in education? Let your gratitude on commencement day become your attitude in life. Make it your mission to put more people on trajectories that yield knowledge and understanding, that build capacities for listening and learning, that generate genuine empathy and sympathy. Ensure that the journeys of others look more like your own rather than less, that more people have the opportunity to take a trip like the one that you have taken. When you look back, many, many years from now, you will be proud that you did, and others will be profoundly grateful for your efforts. We are proud of you, and we are eager to see all the good that your work will enable in the years to come. May these final 44 hours, give or take some minutes, be filled with opportunities to celebrate how far you have traveled since your arrival. You have done so much. Rest on your laurels, but not for too long. The world, with its countless magnificent destinations, awaits you. Thank you.
class of 2025, I offer you this benediction in the Black gospel tradition. You have been changed. You have been changed. Good Lordy, you have been changed. The angels in heaven done sign your name. May all of your dreams come to pass. The angels in heaven done sign your name. You have been changed. You have been changed. You have been changed. The angels in heaven done sign your name.
As if you haven't been blessed enough, I have one more for you today. But before we do that, before the final benediction, I have to give some instructions. After the final benediction, we'll have the recessional. You, class of 2025, are going to go up to the Widener steps and take your class photo. I believe those of you who are closest to Widener will recess first, but just follow the instructions of your ushers, please, and gather on the steps for the photo after this final benediction. So as you leave this place, receive this final benediction. Harvard College, class of 2025, generations of your pasts rejoice at you. They sing their thanksgivings through the ages, and their song comes true with you. Feel their courage in your limbs and carry them with you as you go. Harvard class of 2025, generations of your futures depend upon you. They wait to sing the celebrations that will ring out in your honor. Feel their hope in your hearts and follow the call of their longing. Harvard College, class of 2025, go in peace with all of our blessings and fulfill the best wishes of all your pasts and your futures. Amen.